historically very rough, but these days are very bougie and desirable areas to live. They have gentrified over time. That happens when there is initially public investment into an area or a suburb where there has been a lack of historically. So the government will start building new roads, put new metro lines in, new train stations, new hospitals, schools, railways, upgrading the parklands, selling off government housing as they build more urban sprawl and spread out the government housing as they build more suburbs and redeploy. So they'll sell down assets and then reinvest into other suburbs as they continue to grow. When they privatise suburbs that have been historically higher housing commission areas and have lacked the infrastructure, but then they put all the infrastructure in, that then spurs on private development, private investors to come in, buy old sites, knock them down, rebuild into beautiful estates, build new unit complexes. That then converts the whole economy when the new bars and restaurants open up, becomes more activity in the area, draws more capital in from people with more money. That converts the suburb from being an undesirable area, low socioeconomic area, into a very desirable area. So the classic example is Redfern in Sydney, historically very rough suburb. Government spends money on new light rails, infrastructure, schools, sells off housing commission as they redeploy people into other areas as they continue to grow Western Sydney out. And that completely converts Redfern into a very desirable suburb to live in these days, where townhouses or beautiful Victorian homes that were selling for 150 grand, 250 grand in the 90s are now selling for 4 to 5 million today. So the extraordinary growth between that period of time is thanks to gentrification of the suburbs. So we find the equivalents, suburbs, blue collar working class suburbs in cracking locations within 20, 30 minutes of the CBD, or right in a solid part of a regional hub, where you can sense that due to the amount of infrastructure going in, that they are primed for growth because they may be close to another suburb or two where there's a complete disparity between price points. There may be houses selling for $2 or $3 million around the corner where you can buy assets for, a fifth of the cost in a suburb that is an up and coming suburb. So we find these diamonds in the rough suburbs that have strong yields. You can buy the properties for well under the intrinsic value, well under the CoreLogic valuations. They're booming in population and they've got all the infrastructure coming in. They're primed for the next